The History Channel wanted you to love Ragnar Lothbrok, and honestly, it worked. Travis Fimmel gave us brooding stares, philosophical one-liners, and a farmer-turned-king who just wanted to see what was over the horizon. Millions fell for it. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Nobody in the writer's room wanted you to think about. The show didn't just dramatize Ragnar, it completely reinvented him. And if the real Ragnar Lothbrok showed up in that show, he wouldn't be the hero. He'd be the villain of the season. Let's start with the man himself, because even his existence is a debate. Historians have long questioned whether Ragnar was a real person or a composite of several Viking leaders. No contemporary 9th century source directly confirms a single person named Ragnar Lothbrok. What we have are the sagas, written centuries later, and they paint a specific picture. According to the saga of Ragnar Lothbrok, he was good to his men and cruel to his enemies. That's the entire moral framework. The show turned the second half into a footnote. Now, the raids. The show opens with Ragnar as a scrappy farmer with big dreams, sailing west with a handful of longships, charming, relatable, completely underselling what the historical record describes. In 845, a fleet of approximately 120 longships carrying an estimated 5,000 warriors sailed up the River Seine. That is not a plucky underdog story. That is a coordinated military invasion of one of the most important cities in Europe. The Frankish king, Charles the Bald, was so overwhelmed he couldn't fight back. He paid 7,000 livres, roughly 2,500 kilograms of silver, to make them leave. One of the first large-scale Danegeld payments in history. Ragnar didn't negotiate from curiosity and wonder. He negotiated from absolute suffocating power. The show gave us a dreamer. The sources gave us a warlord who made an empire blink. Here's where it gets truly dark: the Blood Eagle. According to sources dating from the 11th to the 13th century, captors would cut open the victim's back, sever the ribs from the spine, and open them outward to form wings, performed on a living person. The show includes it twice, but frames it as the most extreme act imaginable. A last resort. A ritual so rare, it stops the narrative cold. Researchers looking at this from medical and historical angles concluded something different. The Blood Eagle fits with what we know about Viking Age warrior culture. Physically possible, consistent with broader practices around execution and the treatment of corpses, and reflecting a cultural obsession with demonstrating honor and prestige through public performance. This wasn't shock value. This was status. The show treated it like a horror scene. The sagas treated it like a crown being placed on someone's head. So here's a question that gets to the heart of this. If you had to choose, did the show make Ragnar more interesting by making him sympathetic? Or did it rob him of what made the legend so terrifying? Comment your thoughts below, because Ragnar's death is where everything crystallizes. According to the sagas, he invades Northumbria with an inadequate force, is captured by King Ella, and thrown into a pit of snakes. His death poem, the Krakumal, has him reciting his battles and deeds as the serpents strike, declaring satisfaction with his life, ending with the statement that he will die laughing, not crying, not repenting, laughing. Then came the consequence. Ragnar's sons, principally Ivar, Ubbe, and Fitzurk, led what became known as the Great Heathen Army into Britain in 865. It was no longer a raid for silver. It was a methodical war of annihilation. The kingdom of Northumbria was wiped from the map. Ragnar's final act wasn't dying bravely. It was engineering the most catastrophic revenge campaign in Viking history from inside a snake pit. The show made his death emotional. The sagas made it a weapon. Here's the bottom line. The show took an already composite warlord and softened him further, gave him existential crises, a farmer's humility, a sense of humor, all designed to make you root for him. But root for what? A man the sagas call cruel to his enemies, who sailed 120 warships into Paris and left with 2,500 kilograms of silver, whose death triggered a decade-long war that reshaped England forever. That man is not a brooding anti-hero with soulful eyes. That man is the raid. That man is the consequence. If this cracked open something you'd never considered, hit subscribe, because we're just getting started pulling apart the gap between history and Hollywood. The next one goes even deeper.